Hi, these questions are for Mr. Kevin DeYoung, who wrote, "What does the Bible really teach about homosexuality?" First of all, I want to say that your answers about the wrong side of history, it's not fair. The God I worship is the God of love. Were all spot on and very accurate and very apt. But I do have some questions, which weren't addressed in your book, and I am going to ask them here. One is about Genesis 19 and Judges 19. You mentioned Judges 19, 22, 25 on page 73 in your Cliff Notes, 1, but you didn't go into detail, so I will. Starting at Judges 19:22. While they were enjoying themselves, some of the wicked men of the city surrounded the house. Pounding on the door, they shouted to the old man who owned the house, "Bring out the man who came to your house so we can have sex with him," very much like the Sodomites and the angels. The owner of the house went outside and said to them, "No, my friends, don't be so vile. Since this man is my guest, don't do this disgraceful thing. Look, here is my virgin daughter and his concubine. I will bring them out to you now, and you can use them and do to them whatever you wish. But to this man don't do such a disgraceful thing," very much like Lot and his daughters. But the men would not listen to him. So the man took his concubine and sent her outside of them, and they raped her and abused her throughout the night. And at dawn they let her go. There's something different between Genesis 19 and Judges 19. It's almost exactly the same, parallel, until 25, when the wicked men rape the women. Now, if this was discussing homosexuality, why would they rape the concubine? Gay men don't rape women. So, is it possible that Genesis 19, the ultimate sin that damned them, was the attempted rape of the angels? The ancient culture of practice of basically, I'll put you in your place. Who are you? You're lesser than me. I'm going to make you my female dog, like they do in prison. That's point one. Point two is Leviticus 18. You don't mention Leviticus 18:21. Which I find very, very interesting, because the title of the chapter is Unlawful Sexual Relations. And so I'm going to read 20 through 22. "Do not have sexual relations with your neighbor's wife and defile yourself with her. Do not give any of your children to be sacrificed to Moloch, for you must not profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. Do not lie with a man as one lies with a woman. That is detestable." One of these three things are not like the other. Why? Why did God, through Moses, put Moloch in the middle of this chapter? Moloch had nothing to do with sexuality. He was an ancient deity, pagan deity, that if you wanted your favor, you would sacrifice your child to. There's Astarte, who was a god that if you wanted a favor, you would visit a prostitute and have unholy sex, or they viewed it as holy. And the Bible talks about male prostitutes. Let's see, I had it ready. Oh, yeah. 1 Kings 14:22. "Judah did evil in the eyes of the Lord. By the sins they committed, they stirred up his jealous anger more than their fathers. They also set up themselves high places, sacred stones, and Asherah poles on every high hill, and under every spreading tree. There were even male shrine prostitutes in the land." Shrine prostitutes. Male shrine prostitutes. Homosexuality in the form of a sick, depraved, cultic, sacred, with quotes, offering. This leads to my third and final point, which your book 50 to 51, Romans 52. You have separated them into three exchanges. First exchange, 21 to 23. For although they knew God, they did not honor him as God or gave thanks to him. But they became futile in their thinking, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools, and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images resembling mortal man and birds and animals and creeping things. And you say that this is about the foolishness of idolatry. Instead of giving thanks to the God of heaven, the nations of the world worshipped images, like human beings, like they did in Rome, Venus, Diana, Apollo. And then this is where I have a problem. You have the second exchange. Therefore, God gave them up in the lust of their hearts to impurity, to the dishonoring of their bodies among themselves, because they exchanged the truth about God for a lie, and worshipped and served the creature rather than the Creator. Now, therefore is a very important word. I partied all night before the final exam, therefore I failed the final exam. I didn't check the date on the bottom of the whipped cream bottle, therefore I got food poisoning. And then you have a third, the second exchange is about the ungodliness of man exchanging the truth about God for a lie. Serve the creature instead of worshiping the Creator. That's still idolatry. That is idolatry worship. And immorality, especially sexual immorality, that he says, ekatharza. But then there's a third exchange. For this reason, God gave them up to dishonorable passions. For the women exchanged natural relations for those that are contrary to nature. And the men likewise gave up natural relations with women who are consumed with passion for one another. For this reason, I am interested in the history of presidents. For this reason, I took a vacation to Ohio and saw the houses of Warren Harding and William McKinley. For this reason is another thing like therefore. Why did you... I don't understand how you can make it all into three exchanges when it looks to be one single exchange, talking about idol worship. Now again, I could be wrong. I want to be on God's side. I don't care if God being on my side. But the thing is, no one really, in books, on your position, on your interpretation, mention these three questions. So that's why I'm making these videos. And a lot of people, when I ask these questions, they say, how long have you been gay? I'm straight. I want to find a wife that I can marry and have children with. So that's not the issue. The issue is scriptural. So hope you watch this. God bless, and I'd love to hear from you. Bye.